So welcome to the first debate today. I did it, I took the leap and changed my life. As you can read from the title, there will be a lot of success stories, and we all love success stories. So why not? It is my great pleasure to welcome my outstanding speakers. Zuzanna Woźniak, Head of the Digital Transformation and Development Department from Orange. Welcome. Once again, Karolina Karolczak, goal-setting and execution mentor, MLC coach, business trainer, and founder of Celomania.
Hello, everyone.
Julia Szapialko, associate product designer from Bayer Digital Hub.
Hello.
And last but not the least, Tomasz Sepołowicz, IT chapter leader from BNP Paribas.
Hello.
So that's really great to have you here. Today we're meeting people who have reinvented their lives, their professional careers, or helped others doing so as mentors, as coaches, as managers. So let's find out how to reboot your career, how to start something completely new. Julia, I'm having a look at you because I know that you're a perfect example of I did it kind of person, because you switched from the pharmaceutical market to IT, to product designing. So could you share what was this, could you share the moment, this spark when you thought, I've got enough, I need to change something. What was it like?
I'm originally from Belarus. In 2017, I moved to Ukraine, but I couldn't work as a pharmacist there because I need to know drug legislation in Ukraine and speak Ukrainian, but I didn't speak Ukrainian that time. If I would like to work as a pharmacist in Poland, I would need to take additional education and pass a Polish language exam at B2 level, which is very high. So I found out that in order to work as a pharmacist with Belarusian pharmacy degree, every time when I move to a new country, I need to get additional education and study a local language, so no flexibility at all. And then in 2020, COVID happened, and education started to switch to online format. And there were a lot of courses, marathons, so we could try different professions. And I participated back-end and front-end development marathons, and also web design. And I realized that web design is more interesting field in IT for me. But I started to do market research. There were not many vacancies for web design, but there were a lot for front-end developers. And I was doubting which direction to choose. And then my destiny had been set by Black Friday. To be more precise, by 70% discount on UX UI course. And it was a very timely decision because as you remember, in February 2022, the war in Ukraine began, and I was forced to leave Ukraine, and I moved here to Poland. And at that time, I already had a new profession, and I was able to start to find a new job as a product designer.
So stay tuned, Black Friday is coming, so why not to change career, a new dress or a new career? The choice is yours. Okay, over to Zuzanna. So you accompanied many people on their I did it journey, and could you share some concrete examples at Orange? What does it look like with Orange employees?
Yeah, so there will be names. And there will be posts, positions, and really short stories. They are not short in general, but you know. Yes, I am a manager of the digitalization area. I work in human capital, in learning and development. So we are helping with my team to digitalize development in Orange. And yes, it has been a great pleasure for me as a manager to have the opportunity to accompany my people, my team, with their digital transformation. And some names. So I'll start with Sandra. So Sandra started her career in Orange working in work environment helpline. So dealing with all the events, dealing with all the problems connected with buildings and so on and so forth. When I met Sandra, she already was transforming for RPA, so this robotic process automation developer. And right now she does it. So she is an RPA developer. She develops robots. She helps people to find the ideas, find the potential to implement robots, to implement automation. This is a great example. And in my team also, she takes part in projects in system implementation. Another example would be an example of Annetta, who started her internship a few years ago in Orange. And again, it started, as a little role, supporting people with some problems in the system when an account was not created, and she contacted our partners in Romania and France, little stuff. But now Annetta is actually data analyst, also having this UiPath abilities to automatize her environment of work. She's also analyzing the potential in the business to implement automation. And one more, maybe, so to also mention a man, because this transformation is general. It is independent of the age of the gender. Yes. So Karol, this is very close to my heart story, because I met Karol when he already was working in learning and development, responsible for customer care offer. He started himself as an advisor in customer care, so frontline. When Karol took part in this Power BI Academy, this was a program designed in my team because we are responsible for data-drivenness in culture and development. And we thought, okay, we are preparing all these dashboards, all this data analysis. And on the other hand, our colleagues not necessarily know how to use it, how to read the data, how to store it the data. So let's help them. And we designed this program, and Karol took part in this academy, and he showed his ambition. He showed his will to develop. And since I had the opportunity to welcome a new person in my team, because I had a vacant place then me and his then manager decided to give him a chance. And it was actually incredible. Right now, Karol is working in HR effectiveness, analyzing the data, implementing AI agents. Actually, right now we are cooperating on this agent on Career Advisor. So all of it is really fantastic to observe. It is fantastic to be somehow a little part of it, to observe the potential and to give the possibility, because it is on both sides. If there is a possibility, it depends on a person if they want to take it and to develop. And on the other hand, on the side of a company, of the employer, is to create these possibilities.
I will ask you about how you support such employees as Orange later on. And now I'm over to Tomasz, because you operate in the banking sector, which is it is a regulated market on the one hand, with facing many challenges, for example, with regard to cybersecurity issues. And it's very sensitive and sensible to such issues. So what is your perspective as an IT leader? Do you see many such examples, such great stories, success stories of people transitioning from other professions and maybe non-technical background to technical realm? How would you describe them?
I think if it is many stories, let me show only two. The first one is a person who came from risk department to IT without any technical background, but the crucial was she knew exactly what she wanted to do in IT. She became manual tester, technical IT tester. And we start two paths at the same time. The first path was basic, like trainings from the beginner level to the advanced. And at the same time, I gave she a mentor. that was a senior test automation engineer who supports she. He spent with Monica a few hours per week, work with she, support she, learn, and after a few months she did it. She was tester, manual tester, independent tester, and she wanted to develop themselves much more, because after 1 year and 1 year and a half or something else, she decided to develop for much more technical position, test automation engineer. And we start exactly the same path, trainings and mentoring, and currently Monica is very good test automation engineer. And second example is very similar. Monica, but another area. Monica came to IT from HR without technical background, but she knew exactly what she wanted to do in IT. She wanted to be IT analyst. She received from me trainings from beginner to advanced, and very good senior IT analyst for support, for mentoring. And after 6 months, she was very good technical IT analyst. And after 1 year, she decided to use some support from our BNP Paribas program, I Can Do IT. That was a program for upskilling from IT analysts or developers to test automation engineer. And currently she's a very good automation engineer.
Okay, this is the first story that shows that that can be a really great asset, that you have no IT background. For example, risk management is very important for every bank, and that requires highly skilled people. So they became more aware as IT specialists with all that background in risk, for example. So that's even better for them. That's becoming their assets, not any flow. Okay, over to Carolina. Carolina, I know that you have many clients and many people who feel a bit lost because they feel they need to change something, or they want to change something for some reasons, but they don't know which path to choose, because you can hear all these difficult names, usually in English, and sometimes they sound very mysterious. So you don't know which path is for you and which one matches your personal skills. So could you present us with some diagnostic tools, how to know which path in IT would be for us?
Hello, and first of all, what I would like to recommend you is the Dilt's pyramid. It's connected our consciousness and our feelings and our beliefs. And it's really important to look at who I am, who is important for me. It's our value, it's our identity. And the most people has problem with the planning because they have totally different identity. They want to work with some kind of the topics, but their environment doesn't support. That means if you want to start, think about how can I support myself, start asking not just simple question, but deep question. Who I am, who is important for me, which kind of the values, what I would like to be. And if you start thinking about yourself, not about the other people's expectation, not about opinion the other people, but think about what is exactly inside you, your heart, you will see the difference. Additionally, if you want to think what I have to do to start set up the goals, my recommendation is find goals in different 4 areas. One, there is the most important. How can I generate my own energy? It's about some habits, about some things like sleeping, work, sleeping activity, good food, supplements, water. You have to think about yourself, about like the champion. Each day for you is the most important day because you are challenging a lot of troubles. You want to solve the problems, but you have to find energy. And the first area, just think what I have to do for myself to generate more energy. Also, you have to think about some things which takes this energy for you. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's bad habit, but it's the first area to working. The second thing, which is really important, it's about relationship. Where I would like to be, that my environment is supporting me, that my friends has similar goals than me, who is my mentor, who is my coach, where I would like to be, and how my goals would how my relationship looks like. And it's the one of the parts of the goals. But the third quarter, which is really important, it's also how my professional development should looks like. Did I need any skills? Do I need any skills? Do I need any competences? Maybe I need some certificates. And you have to think where I would like to be. And for me, it's some kind of the tactic, which always Brian Tracy repeating. Find the person who is your mentor, who is your idol. And please look at the path this person did. It's really important because, for example, if you have some person in your environment, in your company, just look at what this person did and go step by step.
Yeah, it's always good to have a role model. That's very important what you said, that very often we look for the answer coming from the outside, but the answer is inside us, and that requires a lot of analysis. You need to take a look at yourself first to choose the right path. Going back to Julia Szapialko, for sure you encountered some challenges on your way, not only technical, which were quite obvious, but also emotional. What should we be prepared for if we want to switch our career, if we want to do such a great change?
I would like to share one example. For a year, I've been making the same mistake. So when I presented my design during team meetings, there were around 15 people, and I asked for their feedback. And then, of course, every employee has their own opinion, and often the opinions were conflicting, which slowed down my work. And I remember that I was about to give up, but then there was another designer in this project, and I asked for advice. And he said that I need to set up the stage first. I need to explain the problem I try to solve with my design, and only then to show the design to a team. And don't ask for feedback in this meeting. All the comments could be discussed afterwards. And then I followed his advice, and everything improved.
That's a good point. We often say in Poland that if you have two people, you will have three opinions. So sometimes it's better not to ask, but just do your job. Going back to Zuzanna Woźniak, so many people have these limiting beliefs and their presuppositions that are hampering their growth. And very often it's all about age. Some people say that, well, I'm in my 50s, it's too late for such a great change. Digital tools and technologies for younger people. But on the other hand, we know that the silver generation is now it's becoming to be the favorite generation of employers, as they are very, you can always rely on them. They don't change their job as often as millennials or Gen Z and so on. So what is your perspective and how your organization supports silver generation in such a major change?
So my opinion, at first, age is not at all an argument. It is not at all a problem, something that could restrain from making the next step. And I know this is also the way we are looking in at the case at Orange. What you said, yes, about this silver generation or 50 plus, they are assets. They know the organization. They know the paths. They love communicating with the people. I mean, I had this experience of commuting during vacation. I commuted a lot by trains between Warsaw and Łódź. And what I observed was the difference between people, yes, in 50 plus, yes, where they actually We're looking for the eye contact. We're looking for the possibility to discuss something, the weather, the speed of the train, yes, the service, against those looking in the phones with their noses in the phone. So this is the main difference. Yes, we can be building on these differences. We are building on these differences, and also looking at the reskilling, upskilling options. At first, reskilling, upskilling in IT, it doesn't take so much time. It doesn't necessarily need to take so much time. There are so many options in IT right now. It is not only, these big roles we imagine, developers, front, back, full stack, DevOps, and so on. So it is not at all IT today. IT is on every level of our life. And it is the same with the roles and the positions. There are these roles connected with management, agility, project management, product management, process management, yes, agile coach, and so on and so forth. Even the example
also customer experience,
yes,
which requires the sense of another person.
Help desk, yes. And also when I am thinking about my team, yes, we are not at all in IT. We are in human capital. We are dealing with digitalization of the offer, with the systems that help us digitalize the offer, with data, with the storytelling, with making the decisions. So there are so many options, and it is enough for everybody. So this is not at all about the age, not at all about the gender. This is about making this first step, and actually, yes, to know what are your strengths that you would like to transfer into the new role in IT, because there are vast of opportunity for all of us, I would say.
That's great to hear. And what about BNP Paribas? Do you perceive silver generation or 50 plus as an asset to your company, or you think that tech and jobs in technology are only for digital natives? What is your perspective?
I believe that approach for 50 plus employees is changing, because job market much more appreciate his experience and maturity. Let me show one example. Person from business side, 50 plus, came to IT, and he knew it if he should to learn more and new technology, new skills, and he accept if he probably never be a superhero technical engineer like his younger colleagues, but he have a huge advantage: experience, soft skills, maturity, and he knew how to use it with technology. Currently, this is very good, maybe the best data manager, and very good manager for difficult projects, and very helpful and support others in team.
Okay, thank you. And back to Karolina, because I know you have a vast experience with many people who are struggling with the change and with their limiting beliefs. As you said during your presentation, we have this, I can't do that because, there's always some because on your way. So do you have any positive examples of people who have tackled the problem of their limiting beliefs and they managed to translate their limitations into their strengths?
Yes, a lot. First of all, I will give you some example with totally different area from the Premier League, because I'm working with some footballers and goalkeepers from Premier League. And look at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper training each day and doing what he can do the best. But the key to success is the mindset. It's just to thinking that I will do it, I will achieve these goals, because you can train your body. But it's really important at the end of the story, also train your brain. Brain is a muscle, and you have to create neuron path with some beliefs. And I would like to ask you to do it some exercise after this day. Just find 3, 4, 5 good beliefs about yourself, because fake it until make it. And a lot of sports, a lot of footballer has to first of all fake it, and at the end of the story will make it. And how it works. And please find some words which are support you with daily basis. For example, I'm blonde, but I'm smart. Yes, for example. And always you can use this kind of the word if you have your internal dialogue. And the key is not go with the internal dialogue each day. Find the good words about yourself. It's the key of the lot of champions, because many times when they are fighting, if they will start doing negative dialogue with some elements, I'm worst, I will not win, yes, I'm the worst person, yes. If they will start doing something like this, they will not win. That's why your internal dialogue is something to build in your mind from the beginning. Not train on your skills, but train also your mind is the key.
But I have an additional question to you. How to strike a balance between, because there will be always someone who will criticize on us, but sometimes this is a constructive criticism and sometimes not. So how to do it in a wise way, not to eliminate any people who are against us, because maybe they are just sharing some good advice.
Okay, there is the tricky part. Usually you have to see where is this person. If you receive the feedback from some mentor, from your boss, from the people, from the person who is higher than you, usually is the feedback, because many times the champions also have coaches, and these coaches just support them. You have to be better, you have to be faster, because they believe in you. But the worst words which we can listen is many times from the people who want to achieve what we have right now. And if you see where is the person is exactly, take it or leave it. And the worst words and the worst things, a lot of my customers don't receive for the mentors, trainers of bosses, but from the people who want to achieve what they really want. And the key, look at this person. If this person achieves what you want, if this person is on the place that you would like to be in the future, take this advice. But many times, really bad words we receive from the people who are lazy, who are not doing something, who want to just criticize.
Yeah, will never dare to take the first step.
Yes,
okay.
And for them is the pattern of their life. It's better to criticize, but not support the
other people. Yeah, that's very practical and valuable advice. Thank you for that. Julia, you had this practical, you are this example of somebody who came from non-tech environment into tech from the pharmaceutical market, which is also very difficult and full of challenges. Is there anything in the pharmaceutical world that supports you now when dealing with your colleagues with the new work environment?
Of course, and I find support and motivation in people. I agree with Carolina. What you said totally resonates in me, and. Support and positive feedback from my colleagues help me to move forward. And also, I really love Bayer and people who I work with. And, sometimes when I had very difficult situations at work, I found a mentor, a senior product designer, who helped me to overcome these difficulties. And then I had sessions with different other designers too, and I wanted to ask about their advice, which direction I need to develop. Also, I initiated meetings with different managers, and I asked how to overcome imposter syndrome and feel more confident working with senior specialists. And and of course, I was thinking about switching a career again, but then after 3 years of working at Bayer, I've got so much experience, and I really enjoy this field. Even with AI, I think my role is very important and relevant.
That's really great to hear. And Zuzanna, we were talking about the organizational support for such people who are in this moment when they think that they are ready for a change. So do you have any special programs, any systematic manner of supporting them?
Yes. And
please share them.
And I would need probably the next hour to describe, at least the next hour to describe all of the actions. No, we do not have so much time, so I'll try to be very specific about it. Some basics, because the basics are what leads us when it comes to development at Orange. So at first we have our strategy that is very openly communicated to our employees, that is translated in the language of the business, and also that is translated in the language of learning and development. So together with the strategy of the company, we have the strategy of learning and development that supports our business aims. And this is the clue. Another clue is that we are being ongoing this transformation towards skill-based organization. Skills are in the heart of our organizations. This is how we are looking at our people and at development. So to better manage development at Orange, we are concentrating on skills. And again, we are very open when it comes to which skills are those supporting our strategy, which skills will be the North Star. Yes, for our development. And again, this is very openly communicated to our people, all of them. And we are all as employees of Orange are welcome to take part in this skills transformation. There is the Skills Up program process that we've implemented already 3 years ago, and it is ongoing on an annual basis. We are on the one hand trying to make the prognosis of the competence needed within 1 and 3 years perspective. On the other hand, we are asking our people for the self-assessment in the skills. This is very systematic, this is very pragmatic, but it really helps us because having these two perspectives, so the prognosis, the future, and having the picture of how it looks like right now, we are really able to offer our people very precise development offer. Yeah, and this is done by defining the key areas for development. For those, we have specific programs called academies. This is like Data and AI Academy right now, IT Cloud Academy, Academy for PMs, for leaders, yes. So very particular with a particular development offer on various levels. At some level, this is for all, this is for expert, on medium level, on expert level. And we are looking at it from the perspective of upskilling options, reskilling options, which is in point. Yes, so we are searching in the organization for the reskilling options for our people. Right now, we are concentrating, for instance, in cybersecurity. But this is also about social learning. So we are inviting our people to coaching, to mentoring, to job shadowing. Great options that our employees may participate, and also communities. So we believe that this development can be done also from the bottom. So it does not necessarily always have to be from the top, but it can be managed by the enthusiasts in a given area, by this common language, this common necessity to develop in a given area.
I'm sorry to interrupt because we will run out of time soon, but that's options. Great to hear that it's so comprehensive.
About 1 hour, yeah.
And that Orange is a future-proof organization because you have so many metrics and it's a process. You are prepared for the next, I think, decades. And Tomasz, over to you. What are the reskilling pathways at BNP Paribas?
you have two programs for reskilling and upskilling. I can do IT and university, but university is a kind of course training session 1 or 2 days, and the people from IT sharing knowledge for everyone, from IT and non-IT. But the program I Can Do IT is super program tailor-made for build perfect skills during the few months. For example, reskilling from the out of IT for IT analyst and upskilling for solution architect or test automation engineer. This is very good program for support people who want to reskilling and upskilling in our organization.
Thank you. And Carolina, if someone here feels stuck and unsure how to proceed, how to go on, what is the very first step you would recommend to them? How to overcome this limitation or anything stopping us from a change?
First of all, you have to think that each failure is the step to the success. And a lot of successful people they generating failures to achieve what they want. And if you think that the failure is you just discover what is not working, how it works, you just discover the path, what you have to do, what is not necessary to do it. And I will just think about something like this. If you have really stressful situation, what is really important to just take really, really good sleep, because our sleep is our superpower. And if you start thinking about the problems during the night, you cannot find good solution. But if you have some problems, the best solution is go sleep and sleep about 7-8 hours. At the morning will be totally different perspective. Find the other people who have similar experience like you and ask them a question. Ask them question, what I have to do to change my situation? And always you have to remember that the difficult situations are temporary, like the sea goes and come back. If you're just thinking that it's the temporary situation, find your power team who will help you to change the situation, because the worst thing you can do it's stay in the situation and waiting that from outside elements, outside activities, outside things will happen. No, this change usually not this. I want to just do it in the simple way. The difficult situation will not change if you don't change. If you change your attitude, if you change some elements which is really important in your environment, the situation will change. But the worst thing which you can do just to stay in the situation and waiting for the miracle.
Thank you. And Julia, can you share some practical advice? What kept you motivated and overcoming any limitations or failures?
I think I already shared this in my asking the previous question. Maybe I can share
shortly,
what I brought.
like a final recommendation for our audience.
People build networking. It always helps you to prosper.
Okay, so good friends and colleagues. Okay, and Tomasz, back to you. For example, if your employee would approach you and they would told you that I need to change something, please help me. What would be the first trait or skill you would tell them to train, for example, to increase their chances for success?
I said you should to have clearly idea. You should to know what you want to do in IT, for example. Why do you want to change something in your career path? And which your special skills, your experience will support you with technology.
Okay, and Zuzanna, and is there anything we could literally start doing tomorrow to increase our chances for success and in our process of changing our career path?
I would recommend searching for the options because there are many, either in your current position, in your current workplace. If not, although it is difficult to believe, but if not, search for the options outside. Meetups, boot camps, communities, yes, they are there for you. It is not so difficult. Just make the first step and search for the options, and recognize it is not without the effort. Prepare yourself for this additional effort because it needs to be done.
Okay, so hard work, but with positive attitude. Okay, Carolina, so any final recommendation for anyone wishing to change their life?
First of all, set your goals. After that, write them down and prepare tactics to each goals, or find the person who achieved what you want and ask them for the help. But you said really good thing. Prepare for different scenarios. Goal is one, but how your path will be looks like is totally different story. But if you have your goal in your mind, if you're hurt, you can see this, you can explain this goal, and you can see and feel, that means you can achieve. That's all.
So, it seems everything is possible. I think that the right summary would be that mentoring is so important. Role models, finding the right people who will inspire you and not to kill your ideas and cut your wings at the beginning of your flight. Okay, so thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for sharing so practical and concrete examples. I think that it will be very fascinating for people gathered here in the room who are here, because I think that they might have change on their minds. So thank you very much once again.